Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, June 2nd. Stories with Bob. Sorry I'm a day late. Had a lot going on yesterday, trying to get everything organized with pools we're looking at, etc. Um, Today's story is going to take you back to the 70s. I think the kids will, and the parents will probably get a kick out of this one. In 1976, a buddy of mine from high school, his name is Kenny Rogers. Yes, but he's not that Kenny Rogers. Uh, we were sitting in a sub shop on Franconia Road, right near Lee District, near Rose Hill, and we saw an ad up for Olympic tickets if you want to buy them. The Olympics were in Montreal, Canada. So me and him started talking and laughing, saying, "Let's do it." So we bought the tickets, and I grabbed my brother Jeff, who was working for me at a local pool, and said, "You want to go for a week to the Olympics?" And he said, "Heck yeah!" So Kenny, my buddy, had a big old cargo van that had no seats in it, and we both had motorcycles. So we rolled the motorcycles into the van and tied the motorcycles up, left a little room to sleep in between the two seats in the front, put a sleeping bag there. And then we took off for the Olympics to Canada. So we drove on into Canada, and we had no place to stay, but we had seen an ad where the Montreal Alouettes play football called, it was at the Autostade, and they were renting out the parking lot. You could just park there and sleep there and then use their showers for, like, I think it was $1 a day or something ridiculous. So we said, "Oh, well, there we go. That's where we're going." So we pulled in there and checked out, and they had the Olympics inside before you went into the showers, on the TVs and everything else. And we're in Old Town Montreal, which is beautiful. So we had our tickets, we were all set, and we took off. One day, heading in, we saw swimming, we saw volleyball. This is a picture. I'm actually beginning to look like this. This is from 1976. That's my brother, Jeff. Kenny's in the middle, and I'm the tall one. Yes, my hair is starting to look like that. Jeff certainly doesn't have that much hair anymore. And here's one of the original programs. This is for basketball. We went to basketball. I was hunting for him. And also we went to volleyball. We went to boxing, saw Sugar Ray Leonard win the gold medal, and saw swimming and other things. So on our ride there one day, Old Town Montreal was like 4 lanes going, and it's like Old Town Alexandria. It's kind of tight in. People live, there's stores and everything. So we're driving in, heading towards where all the Olympic stadiums are and everything. And I'm following Kenny, and since he had a bigger bike than mine, a more powerful bike, Jeff rode with him. It was easier. So Jeff's on the back of Kenny's bike, and I'm behind him, following him. It's 4 lanes going in. Kenny's ahead of me by a bit, and I'm cruising along and in the left lane, and this guy from the right lane cuts across 3 lanes in front of me to make a left. And I lay the bike down. Kenny and Jeff don't even know that I've gone down. I hit the curb. I go over the curb with the bike and almost through the window of a shoe store. So I'm laying there, and there was other motorcycle riders behind us, and they caught up to Kenny and Jeff and said, "Your buddy went down." So they come back, and I'm just shaking, sitting there, leaning against the wall with my helmet in my hands. So I survived that, and off we went. Didn't skip a beat. We end up, they had tents, outdoor tents in beautiful colors, like a big red tent, that covered, but it didn't go all the way to the ground. It's like angles, so you could see inside all the different colors. Well, it turns out all the nationalities had taken over one tent or another. So you had where the Americans were, where the Russians were, where the Canadians were. They were really loud because it's Montreal. So they started trash talking and then started cheers. So I got up and started leading cheers for USA. yelling at them and all, and putting them down with all my cheers that I figured out over the years. It was pretty hilarious, and they appreciated it so much. They came over and started talking to us, and they were working for the Olympics, driving an Olympic step van around, dropping people off, and this and that. And they asked if we wanted to go out with them into Old Town Montreal, and we said, well, sure. So off we go into Old Town Montreal, and they're showing us all the old places and eateries and everything. And the guy's name was Reggie. I'll never forget. And Reggie was a big dude. And we're in some place in dancing, and I, being American, I went up to this girl and asked her to dance because she was by herself. And next thing I know, I'm about to get pounded from behind by her boyfriend when Reggie comes out of nowhere and takes the guy out. So we had a little scuffle in the bar, then left. And we had parked our bikes in an alleyway right in front of the entrance to the Olympic Village. Figured it'd be safe there. And my buddy Kenny was the photographer, and he left his camera, of course, on the bike, thinking everybody's honest. Well, we come back, the camera's gone, his backpack's gone, and I'm like, you're a fool. Yes, okay. So anyways, now we got to get back. It's like, well, I think it's 4 a.m, maybe 5. And now we got to get back to the Autostad in Old Town. So, and I have I have vague memory where that is, but it's 5 a.m. It's dark. So I take off in a different direction than Kenny and Jeff. Kenny and Jeff said, come on, follow me. And I got on the bike, and for whatever reason, I just took off in the opposite direction, I guess. And I was on my own. So one of my vivid memories of the 76 Olympics is I'm driving through Old Town Montreal, and imagine people are sitting out on their porches having coffee. It's like 5:30 in the morning, and I'm trying to get back. And I came up to a stoplight, and people are sitting on their porches drinking coffee. The sun's coming up, and I just didn't put my feet down. Now, what happens when you don't put your feet down? You're riding a motorcycle and you come to a stop, same as a bicycle. I just went straight over, just like a cartoon character. And I'm laying in the middle of the road, and I'm gunning the throttle, and my wheels are going. And these people start laughing. They're just laughing at me, and I'm like, yeah, it is pretty funny. I start laughing, I get up. So I head back on my bike. I make it back to the Autostad. Jeff and Kenny come back. I was so tired. I pulled up in front of the van, parked the bike, and they found me laying in the parking lot beside the van with my helmet on, sleeping. And what did they do? They left me there. Of course, I would leave them there. That's the way it is. So they got in the van, went to sleep, and I woke up whenever, and there you go. So we spent 7 days in Montreal at the Olympics on 2 motorcycles, scooting to everything. And that was quite a treat. That was quite a treat. So that's my story today. I think next Monday stories is going to be the king of all stories. You won't believe this. I mean, this is just mind-boggling. I won't even tell you what it is. The graduating or the seniors been on the senior retreat know what the pumpkin story is. They do. And I'll bring it to you, and you'll just go, really? Yes, really. So you guys have a great day, and be safe.